Good morning friends, I am Dr. Mahesh Sogle, Assistant Professor at Shivraj College, Gadeglas. Yesterday we have started one topic of income tax, that is income from house property. Yesterday we have studied that introduction part of this topic. Certain important terms we have studied, like what is the meaning of annual value, what are the basis of charge, then what is the meaning of municipal valuation, fair rental value, standard rent, municipal taxes, and what kind of deductions which are available under section 24 for this source of income, that is income from house property. Today we are going to start that how to calculate that income from house property. Means we have to study here that practical problems of income from house property. For examination point of view, there is one problem on this topic for 8 marks, and in this lecture we have to study how to compute that taxable income from house property. Here is one problem. That problem number 1 we are going to start here, that certain points regarding to this income is given, that municipal valuation is there, actual rent received during the year is given, municipal tax is there, interest on loan, land revenue, hire insurance premium, repairs, rent collection charges, and last one point, important point is given. Here are 2 houses, one is house 1 and house 2. Means this person having 2 house properties. That house 1, that nature of this property is given SOP, and we have studied already, that is nature or types of house properties. Means there are 3 types we have studied, that is SOP property, LOP property, and deemed LOP property. Means that first house is SOP. SOP means self-occupied property. Means that house 1 is occupied by the owner for his own residential purpose. And house 2, this is LOP, that is let out property. Means it is provided to the tenant on rental basis. This that nature of accommodation of first house is SOP and second house is LOP. To compute that income from house property, here is the solution. Means we have to keep 3 lines. One is for particular, 3 columns. One is for particular and 2 columns for amount. That first house we have to compute that income from first house. That first house is the SOP. And we know that if that any of the properties occupied by the owner for his own residential purpose, if that property is SOP property, we know that annual value of this property is always nil. Means it is not required to compute like that LOP property. Means we have to take here that annual value of this property is always nil. And from this annual value, we have to deduct one deduction which is available under section 24. For LOP property, there are 2 deductions. One is standard deduction and another one is interest on loan deduction. But for SOP property, only one deduction is available, that is interest on loan. And we already studied that condition regarding to interest on loan for SOP property. That maximum limit for deduction is given. If that loan is taken prior to 1/4/1999, that maximum amount of deduction is rupees 30,000. And if that loan is taken after 1/4/1999, that maximum limit for deduction is given rupees 2 lakh. In this problem, that interest on loan is given, but it is not given whether that loan is taken prior to 1/4/1999 or after 1/4/1999. It is not given. Then that assumption should be made. It is taken after 1/4/1999. Then amount of interest on loan is given here. Amount of interest on loan for SOP property is 4,000. It is less than 30,000. It is not required to consider that condition. Means that actual amount of interest on loan is paid will be deducted from that net annual value. Net annual value is nil and interest on loan deduction is allowed 4,000. Then balance remains, that will be taken to outer column. It is minus 4,000. If that property is SOP and interest on loan is there, then always there is a loss from this property. Means from that first house we having a loss rupees 4,000. It is taken into bracket. If that amount is taken into bracket, indicates that is loss or that figure is in minus. Then second house is LOP property, that is let out properties. It is provided to the tenant on rental basis. And if that LOP property is there, then we have to compute first, that is gross annual value. Then firstly we have to check out whether that standard rent is given or not. In this problem, that standard rent is not given. Means if that standard rent is not given, then we have to apply here to compute that gross annual value. A, B and C points are there. A point, that is municipal valuation, that valuation which is made by the municipal corporation. For the second house, that municipal valuation is given 70,000. Means we have to take into inner column rupees 70,000, that is municipal valuation of this property. Then second point, we have to take out fair rental value. It is not given in the problem. Then third point, C point, we have to take out here actual annual rent. For this property, for second house, that monthly rent is given 6,000. Means 6,000 into 12 means total annual rent is rupees 72,000. 6,000 into 12, that is 72,000. Means A, B and C points are there. From these 3 points, we have to take out here higher amount. Means 70,000 is the municipal valuation and 72,000 is the actual annual rent. That higher value is 72,000. The next point, we have to check out whether that this property remained vacant for any particular period in this during that previous year. No vacant period is given. If that vacant period is given, then that what period that property was vacant, that amount should be deducted from here. Means that vacancy period is not given. Means that gross annual value of this property will be 72,000. A, B and C points are there. From this higher value should be considered as a gross annual value. From that gross annual value, we have to deduct that municipal tax paid. For this second house, that municipal tax paid rupees 4,000. That 4,000 will be deducted from here. Gross annual value 72,000 less municipal tax paid 4,000. That balance remains, it is 68,000. It is net annual value. It is abbreviated as NAV. NAV indicates net annual value. And from that net annual value, we have to deduct that deductions which are available under section 24. There are two deductions. One is standard deduction under section 24A and second deduction is there interest on loan deduction under section 24B. That 24A, that is standard deduction, that fixed percentage is there. We have to allow 30% of net annual value as a standard deduction. That net annual value is 68,000. Then 30% of 68,000, it is 20,400. And second one is interest on loan. For LOP property, there is no any maximum limit for deduction is available. Means like that SOP property. For the second house property, that interest on loan is paid rupees 2,000. That will be deducted here. Standard deduction 20,400 and 2,000 is the interest on loan deduction. Means total amount of deduction we have to deduct from this property. That is 68,000 is the net annual value. From these two values will be deducted. Then amount remaining will be taken to outer column. That is the income from that second house property. Rupees 45,600. And there was a loss from first house property was rupees 4,000. 45,600 minus 4,000. That balance remains, it is 41,600. Means this person has been earned income through that both house properties. That total income from house property which is taxable rupees 41,600. This is our final answer of income from house property. This is the overall first problem. Are you getting my points? The next slide. This is problem number second. There are two house properties. One is house 1 and another one is house 2. Before starting to solve this problem, we have to check out the nature of this accommodation. That nature of this accommodation of these two house properties are given here. That first house is LOP and second house is also LOP. Means that both house properties which are provided to the tenant on rental basis. No any SOP is there. Both are LOPs. And if that LOP property is there, then firstly we have to calculate gross annual value. Then we have to calculate net annual value. Then we have to allow deductions available under section 24. And if the two properties are there, both are LOPs, then we have to keep 3 columns for amount and 1 column is for particular. 3 columns for amount and 1 column is for particular. Then Roman 1, that house 1 is there. House 1. That firstly we will calculate that income from house 1. That house 1 is there. We have to calculate first gross annual value. Then before calculating that gross annual value, we have to check out whether in the problem that standard rate is given or not. In this problem, standard rate is given. That earlier problem we have solved. In that problem, that standard rate was not given. Then we have calculated gross annual value by considering that 3 points, that is municipal valuation, fair rental value and standard rent. Actual annual rent. From these 3 values, that higher value we have considered as a gross annual value. But in this problem, standard rent is given. If that standard rent is given, then we have to apply another formula to calculate that gross annual value. Means here we have to take out firstly 2 points. One is municipal valuation and another one is fair rental value. Firstly we have to take out 2 points, municipal valuation and fair rental value. For that house 1, that municipal valuation is given here 1,10,000 and fair rental value is given 1,20,000. 1,10,000 is there, 1,20,000 is there. Means from these two values, firstly we have to take out here higher value. Means from these two values, that higher value is 1,20,000. Then C point we have to take out here standard rent. If that standard rent is given as per the Rent Control Act, standard rent for this first house, that standard rent is given here 1,26,000. 1,26,000 means we having here two values. From first two values we have taken here higher value and C point is there 1,26,000. 1,20,000 and 1,26,000 is there. From these two values we should have to take here lower value. Lower value means 1,20,000 and 1,26,000. That lower value is here 1,20,000. Then D point we have to take here actual annual rent. Actual annual rent. Then in this problem, for that first house, that rent ratio is given 1,32,000. 1,32,000. Then from these two values, we have to take here higher value. Higher value means from 1,20,000 and 1,32,000. Two values are there. From these two values, 1,32,000 is the higher value, and we have to take that amount into second column. That our heading is here gross annual value. Means gross annual value of that first house is 1,32,000. Means what we have done here, municipal valuation and fair rental value, we have taken higher value. Then higher value and standard rent, we have taken lower value. Then lower value and actual annual rent, we have taken here higher value. Higher value is 1,32,000. That is our gross annual value. Then check out whether that property was vacant during that previous year. No vacant period is given for house 1 also and house 2 also. Means no vacant period is there. Means gross annual value is 1,32,000. From this we have to deduct that municipal tax paid during the year. Municipal tax paid during the year. For this first house, that municipal tax is paid here. Municipal tax is paid here 18,000. By whom it is paid not given. Means we have to deduct that municipal tax from gross annual value. But condition is there, it must be paid by the owner. If it is paid by owner, then only deducted. If it is paid by tenant or if it is payable, will not be deducted. If it is paid by the owner, then only deducted. Then we will make assumption here, it is paid by the owner. Amount is rupees 18,000. It will be deducted from here. Gross annual value is 1,32,000 and municipal tax paid during the year 18,000. From these two values, that balance remains. It is called as the net annual value. Net annual value. Then balance is here 1,14,000. That is our net annual value. From that net annual value, we have to deduct that deductions available under section 24. There are two deductions. One is standard deduction. And second one is interest on loan deduction. Then standard deduction, which is is 30% of NAV. Means we have to calculate 30% of 1,14,000. 30% of net annual value we have to take out standard deduction. Yes, how much amount of 30% of 1,14,000? Yes, 30% of 1,14,000. That amount is here 34,200, maybe 34,200. Then second one is interest on loan deduction. We have to deduct interest on loan deduction. Then check out here. Here it is given interest on loan paid by mortgaging the house A and funds are utilized for construction of house B. Means that first house is mortgaged, loan is taken, but that loan is used for construction of house B. Amount of interest on loan is given below this house 1 column rupees 30,000. But that amount is utilized, that loan amount is utilized for constructing that house 2. Then question may arise, where should we have to allow this deduction, for house 1 or for house 2? Then answer this question, if that loan is taken and for the purpose of construction for which property we have used that loan amount, then that deduction is allowed only to that property. Even though it is mortgaged first property, but used that amount to second house, means we will allow this deduction to second house only. This interest on loan deduction will not be allowed to first property. Means total amount we have to deduct for deduction. Only standard deduction will be deducted. No amount of interest on loan. It is nil. Means 34,200 will be deducted from net annual value. That balance remains. It will be taken to outer column. Rupees 79,800. That is the income from house 1. That will be taken, amount taken to third column. That is income from house 1 is rupees 79,800. Means firstly we have to calculate gross annual value. These are the steps to calculate that gross annual value when standard rate is given. From that we have to deduct municipal tax paid. That balance remains, it is net annual value. And from that net annual value we have to deduct that deductions which are available under section 24. That two deductions are there, standard deduction and interest on loan deduction. And net amount it will be taken to third column. Means net income earned from that house 1 is 79,800. Then we have to calculate the income of second house. On the same manner we have to calculate here income from house 2. Like at house 1, firstly we have to calculate here gross annual value for second house also. That standard rent is given. Gross annual value here, standard rate is given for second house also. Then to calculate that gross annual value, same steps we have to apply here. Firstly we have to take out municipal valuation, then fair rental value. For second house municipal valuation is given 1,07,000. Then fair rental value it is given 1,40,000. From these two values we have to take out here higher value. From these two values we have to take out higher value. That higher value is here 1,40,000. Then C point we have to take out here standard rent. Standard rent for the second house, standard rent is given 1,20,000. Then that higher value and standard rent, from these two values we have to take out lower value. From these two values, lower value is 1,20,000. Then D point we have to take here actual annual rent. Actual annual rent. That actual annual rent is here given for the second house. Rent received 1,06,000. 1,06,000. From these two values we have to take out here higher value. Then 1,20,000, that lower value and actual annual rent. From these two values, that higher value is taken to outer column. It indicates our gross annual value 1,20,000. From this we have to deduct that deductions which are available under section 24. Deduction under section 24. That two deductions are there. One is standard deduction. Just calculate that amount. Standard deduction, that is 30% of NAV, net annual value, and B point, that is interest on loan. Standard deduction is 30%, that is 36,000. 36,000 is a standard deduction. Then interest on loan is there, means that loan is taken by mortgaging that first house, but it is utilized to construct for second house. Means that this deduction will be allowed to this property. The total amount of interest on loan, it is given into house 1 column rupees 30,000. Then this deduction will be allowed here. Total amount of deduction will be deducted rupees 66,000. Then remaining amount, that will be treated as a income from house 2. That total amount to outer column rupees 54,000. Is it correct? 54,000. Then lastly we have to make the sum of last column. For earlier house we had earned income. Next slide. For earlier house we had earned income. Here it is, third column. For first house we had earned income 79,800. The next slide. And from second house we had earned, second house is 1,20,000. Means we have taken here lower value and actual annual rent. From these two values, that higher value is taken to outer column. From this gross annual value, we have to deduct municipal taxes paid. Municipal tax paid. For the second house, that municipal tax is paid rupees 20,000. That municipal tax paid will be deducted from here. Gross annual value is 1,20,000 less municipal tax paid rupees 20,000. That balance, it is 1 lakh. It is called as the net annual value. Net annual value. From this net annual value, we have to deduct deductions less deductions available under section 24. That two deductions are there. One is standard deduction. Standard deduction under section 24A, and second one is interest on loan deduction under section 24B. That standard deduction is 30% of net annual value. Standard deduction is 30% of net annual value. Then 1 lakh rupees a gross and net annual value. Then 30% of 1 lakh, it is 30,000. And second one is interest on loan is there. That amount is given into house 1 column, and it is given here by mortgaging that first house. That loan is used for constructing that second house. Means this amount is utilized to construction of that second house. Hence, that deduction will be allowed to that second house only. Means that 30,000 interest on loan is paid. That will be deducted from here. 30,000 plus 30,000. Then total amount of deduction is 60,000. Then net amount, it will be taken to last column, third column, that is income from that second house property. It is rupees 40,000. Then lastly, total of that third column will be taken. From that first house, we have earned income rupees 79,800, and from second house, we had earned income rupees 40,000. That total amount will be taken rupees 1,19,800. 1,19,800. That is net income from house property. That is the final answer of this problem. Income from house property. Income from house property. Okay, friends, we have to solve this problem. For examination point of view, there is one problem on house property. That question number second is there. 3 problems are there. One for house property, and 2 problems are there on income from business one and profession one. Means we have to solve, we have to compute that income from house property when standard rate is given and when standard rate is not given. Today we have solved here 2 problems. Thank you.